Hey you, what does it feel like to get hit by a wave frequency? It hurts. Huh? Huh? Get it? Hurts? Okay, I'll stop now. So, what's up, Team Stone? Here we are again at the end of the month. Not that I'm planning to do this monthly or anything. These are more random. But Volume 18 is finished, and it's with the editor. And I've already started on 19. If you're a part of the Patreon, you probably already read it. And like traditionally, the first chapter will always be a little short, but that's besides the point. Anyway, let's just move on here. You probably heard me, well, not heard, read it somewhere, whether on my page or the Discord, that I'm going to start a cultivation series. Because you know what? Everybody likes that shit. I think they're cool. You think they're cool. And so I'm going to do my own thing. And yeah, it will also show up chapter by chapter on the Patreon. So another reason to be a Patreon. Although I like when people, read on Kindle Unlimited or buy the ebooks, because Adam edits and he does good. And you do you. I do my best to edit as well. But without Adam, my books would probably look like they are on Patreon, which readable by because I put out at least an hour in editing. But that's besides the point. Now, ATS won't be halted or anything. No, it's going to keep going. Whether it's slowed down or something, we'll see, because I know where I got my start. However, if we're going to be honest, the conversation around ATS, any ATS conversation, it's pretty much non-existent. Meaning, nobody's talking about ATS. Not your fault. It's my fault, and I do not blame anybody. It's a long series, so I mean, even if other long series might be getting conversations, ATS is just sort of that, we could be talking about anime instead of ATS, or ATS there might not be anything that interesting happening. Or it really depends. Most people, they read the chapters and then that's it. They don't even think about it, which is probably bad. I should probably write better. Like, no joke, because I can't create more reasons to have a conversation around ATS. I'm probably not doing a good job. But yeah, I'm not saying suddenly start having conversations or nothing. It's just, it really goes back to the Anime Trope System. Why? Hey, we could just be talking about anime, because hey, I mean, the Anime Trope System is that umbrella catch-all thing, and so it kind of sort of is what it is. To be fair, the conversation kind of died a couple of months ago, suspiciously right around the time that I stopped commissioning the art, like the Starboard art. Now, I like his art, but I thought it was just time to move on for now. I'll probably commission a few from him sometime in the future, but for now, I think we can do better. The thing is, with ATS, people need their art, need their visuals. That's with any light novel and anime series. It just kind of does. You kind of want to see who the characters are and what they look like. What does Chio look like? Well, we only have like my fucking one-time description, or like 2 times description, and that's it. Kind of just left to use your imagination, and that's pretty bad on my part. I need to fix that. I've been trying to describe them a bit more. And when you're dealing with a shonen level cast, and shonen hasn't emailed me yet to give me my job. I'm just kidding. When you're dealing with a shonen level cast, that's just kind of how it is. I should probably read a shonen light novel and see how it is. But if it's going to be like any other light novels, description, the hell is that? And get that shit out of here. So, I'm not too far from how, Japanese light novels write. Almost the same. You'd think this might be a light novel series. Jokes aside, cultivation. Well, before I get to that, actually going on with the with ATS, I'm looking at, because when you look at ATS's lifespan, or if that's the right word I'm looking for, probably not, ATS's conversation and how it's dying down, it might be something of a sign to start pushing towards maybe the last battles. I've sort of brought in like the Fallen God at the end of 18. That's a spoiler. Oh shit, I might have to cut that, but it's not really. The Fallen God has been in the lore since the beginning, and so yeah. And with lore characters, you got the 1,000-year dragon that's approaching. You probably already guessed that that's about to come up really soon, and you probably guess which volume number it is. And so, and I'm not saying the other volumes are filler or something. Everything matters. Like, for instance, 17, I know people probably were kind of annoyed with one character sort of just busting in, and you know, everybody's facing against her, but she's a part of a larger group known as the Bright Ones. Maybe I should have wrote some more interactions with the Bright Ones or not. I kind of introduced what kind of skills they used, and if you saw what the skill that Soul used in just recently, then you're kind of, you know, you can kind of connect him to the Bright Ones, that they always use this certain tier skills, and you'll see. But you know, that's ATS stuff. If you got any feedback, any gripe with ATS, you know how to find me. Just pop on that Discord, or pop it in the Patreon, in the group, whatever, you know it is. I'm pretty good at listening, just like even with Volume 8, when people were, I think there was one person who was like, yo, you gotta chill out with this cultural affair, it's killing me. And so, yeah, I moved things along. It was dragging. I gotta remember, like, when you're writing a light novel versus watching an anime or reading a manga, if you drag it with the light novel, people are just going to fucking, you know, look at Wandering End, probably a great story. But if you look at the constant complaints on how slow it is, people just, when they're reading, they just want the action. I don't know, man. I personally don't have a problem with slice of life. Maybe that's me. But action is a thing, and like, it's something to keep you excited while reading. But for me, if you kind of put fight scene after fight scene, I'm probably not going to pick up this series again or finish it. And urban fantasy is kind of like that. You know, it's fight scene after fight scene, and I mean, that's the format, that's the meta of it. You know, that's kind of what it is. I liked it at first, but then after reading like so many of them, I don't know how many, listening to them on audiobooks, eventually you get a little bit burned out. That's normal with everybody, obviously. That aside, cultivation, it's hype right now. Everybody's fucking doing it. It is the hype, the juice, the holy grail, the holy fucking cup that runneth over in this bitch. Cultivation, it's been everywhere in my face. I just sort of, you know, I've been reading it without even knowing that I was reading Cultivation, because I didn't actively think about it. I just enjoyed whatever story it is. And I think I've read a lot more than I actually know. I even read Pseudo Cultivation, which is what I'm going to try to do. 10 Realms. Well, I'm inspired a little by 10 Realms. I'm not going to really dive deep in there. So I'm doing my own entire system. But it'll be something easy to understand, easy to follow. Be very familiar, because I'm still going to, for the most part, follow the format. But like a level 2 will actually feel stronger than a level 1. You know, no bullshit. There's no way a level 1 will be able to, unless you get lucky somehow. No, I just want it to actually feel stronger. Things like that. The numbers are going to be low. I'm probably going to cap the level at 50. That way, you know, we'll have an actual an actual ideal of how strong these characters can get. And among these levels, like from levels 1 to something will be this from rank or whatever I call it, and then from levels this to this, that, so on and so forth, all the way up to 50. And then whether we can break 50 or not, we'll see. But that we aren't that far, and I want to just keep the level cap, the level ish shit reasonable, points and all of that. However I decide to do it, you're going to see it. ATS, I don't want to make another ATS mistake again. Now, ATS's system is there just kind of to show how OP Clyde is. He went from basically weak to this absurdly OP fucking Saitama. But anyway, yeah, I'm still debating on whether to, for the cultivation, whether to use a Wanderer or the right one, inspiration of Dante's Immortality. And you know, that's sort of a coming of an age story. I might even just write both. Like, fuck it. I don't have to write just one cultivation series. I can write as many as I can. But yeah, I just want to sort of create a new world, or maybe make it a universe in which we can just revisit, you know, again, you know, like have like a land with its empire of outer lands, a kingdom of focus with like 4 noble houses, you know, all that. And so, you know, the MC will be dealing with assholes and, you know, people that bully the poor and all that, you know, shit. And so it's going to be a little bit overpowered. But how, whether I start him from the newbie or not, we'll see. If I start him from the newbie, he might, it'll be something like sort of writing how he learns to overpower his opponents. One thing I don't really like is writing a story where every fucking battle the character is struggling with. I can't deal with that, because no offense to Awaken Online, but that's kind of how I felt. That's one example. I don't even want to just call that one out. Any lit RPG geared towards the normies, where the MC is just struggling every single battle. Some of them where he just wins by dumb luck. A lot of them actually where he just wins each and every battle by luck. And that shit gets old really fast. And yeah, eventually they get stronger, but if you stuck around, you stuck around. If you didn't, you didn't. Yeah, that's all the news I've got now. I'm probably going to make another video talking about the genre in general, because this is a great genre. It is something that is constantly expanding, and we're just waiting to see what's next. And yeah, it's getting flooded really fast. Cultivation feels like it's just coming out of nowhere, and it's just boom, boom, boom. I'm getting hammered by it. I'm getting caught with my cultivation destiny or something. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Just let me know what you think, Discord or comments, and we'll go from there. Peace.